Hey, another video. This one is about practicing to television. And I'm gonna go through some pointers on how you should practice to television and when, even what kind of shows and so forth. So, practice to TV when you want to humble yourself because it looks easy even when you're a working court reporter, like, oh, I can do that until you try, okay? It is super, super fast. So, that just to humble yourself is when you should practice. Another thing is you can practice with the idea of adding words to your dictionary, especially if you're going to come into the deposition world or the captioning world. There's a lot of words that you'll realize are not in your dictionary, especially during commercial breaks. A lot of medicines of pharmaceutical commercials come on. That's a great time to start adding these different types of medicines into your dictionary. And I would recommend you write it multiple ways, write it phonetically multiple ways. And you can also at that time, in Case Catalyst, I'm sure they have it in every other software, is the function called uh, add all misstrokes to dictionary, where it will generate misstrokes for you. Use that if the word is more than 3 strokes. I mean, that's what I do. And another thing is, like, when you're adding these words to your dictionary, if you're watching the local news, it will just remind you of a lot of local cities, interstates, common streets, or venues that are in your city. Because obviously, when you're practicing your dictation, it's not built around your city. So, watching the local news and practicing to that will help you add those words to your dictionary, which will come very helpful for when it's time to work. Another thing is that this will help you, like, it will motivate you to practice. So, sometimes you don't feel like practicing, but you feel like watching TV. So, when that happens, when you know you should be practicing, just pull out your machine, try to practice a little bit, and then eventually action creates motivation, and this will help you now leave the TV alone and start working on your theory or on your speed, like that's actually meant for Steno. Another thing is for endurance. So, you know how all of our court reporting dictation is like 5 minutes? But nothing in the real world is 5 minutes. Most every time you go to work, like a deposition, you're going to be working for at least an hour. Like, an hour is actually considered a short deposition. I would say probably most depositions you could be working 2.5 hours or 3 hours. So that's something that school really doesn't prepare you for. So if you're like, okay, I'm going to practice, and this is at this point, this is for when you're in high speed, okay? If endurance starting like when you're already at 180 words per minute, okay? So you're gonna sit down, you're gonna watch the television, and then you're gonna practice for an hour. And then you can take a break, because normally in depots you take a break every hour and a half. Take a 5 minute break, and then you come back and you sit down behind your machine and you act like you're taking a job. And so the most important thing is, if you're practicing for endurance and you're already at 180 plus words per minute, you have to get a stroke for everything. So the thing is, oh, it's too fast. So what? Because even if you go to a deposition, it might be too fast as well. So the only thing that you can do at that moment is get a stroke for every word and just pray it comes out right. And there's days that it's going to be too fast for when you're at work. I had a judge the other day that was like, it was last month, and I'm going to refuse to work with that judge. He was like talking over 300 something words per minute. And it was miserable. It was really, really bad. But I still had to try. I had to try to get something for everything. So, because even if I'm going to listen to my audio after, which I had to, I would like to type in less words than if I was just like, if I just gave up, then I would have to type everything. But it's better that I tried to get a stroke for every word that was said, because it gave me a less work to do when I came home. So get a stroke for everything, And then a lot of times, like, we hesitate, but we actually know what the right stroke is. So don't even try to think, just get a stroke for everything. And when it comes to identifying the speakers, you can, I would say, like, don't even worry about it, don't bother with it. If you are doing captioning, you could have a stroke for the chevrons, which are like those, like the two, like, thingies to show a new speaker or whatever. But you could just do everybody as Q&A, or you can try the screw and snoo, which is SN on the left side, or SKWRAO on the left side as well. But other than that, I wouldn't even say I would say don't even try to identify the speakers. Just try to get a stroke for everything. And if you're not practicing for endurance, once you see a new word comes up that's not in your dictionary, then just take that time to pause and add the word to your dictionary. The television shows that I would recommend that you watch are, as I mentioned before, is definitely the local news. Then would be like the national news, and then other shows that, like, it just depends on what you like and where you're going to be working. So if you know you want to do work at church and you want to do cart functions at church, then go ahead and watch, like, the church channel. I think like TVN or something, I don't know. If you want to do cart for, like, universities and stuff, then watch History Channel, Discovery Channel, whatever, but add those words to your dictionary. So, when you're at, like, 80 words per minute, under 180 words per minute, like I said, it's just really to humble yourself, but really, it's not, do not confuse practicing to television to real practice, because it really isn't. Unless you're doing the endurance and stuff, it really isn't real practice. If you're not reading back and you're not transcribing, it's not going to help you with your speed. But if you want to add words to your dictionary and you want to be able to sit for a longer amount of time and be able to write, meaning your endurance, then fine. But otherwise, if you're trying to gain speed and pass these tests, then don't even waste your time with television. So that is it. So I hope that helps you guys. And I know I put TV, but I also put, like, all visual media or whatever. So, like, YouTube, you can watch YouTube videos. You can watch any type of video, because I guess people don't watch TV anymore. So that's it. Hopefully that helps you guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Bye.